What is it?
I have you to thank for it. For the first time in my life, when confronted with a horrible, insensitive person, I knew exactly what I wanted to say, and I said it.
I have you to thank for it. For the first time in my life, when confronted with a horrible, insensitive person, I knew exactly what I wanted to say, and I said at 0.0:088 seconds at the height of her power. Meg Ryan was untouchable. 0.0:1212 seconds. She was the face of an entire era, commanding massive box office success. You know, she doesn't care about us. 0.0:2121 seconds. She's crazy about you, and she's going to spoil you. Record-breaking paychecks, and a level of audience trust few actors 0:2828 seconds ever reach. Then suddenly, everything shifted when her marriage began to unravel. A co-star, the legendary 0:3838 seconds Russell Crowe, entered the picture, and the scandal that took over would change her life overnight. And now, we finally 0:4747 seconds know the truth about what happened between Meg Ryan and Russell Crowe. And it's not what you'd expect. 0:5555 seconds the rise of Meg Ryan. 0:5757 seconds at some point in 1990s, Meg Ryan was one of the most valuable women in Hollywood. She was the face of romantic 1:051 minute, 5 seconds comedy. The actress who could open a film based on her name alone. When audiences wanted to laugh, cry, and 1:131 minute, 13 second believe in love, they went to see Meg Ryan. She made over $670 million at the 1:201 minute, 20 seconds box office from just 4 films. She earned $15 million for a single movie at a time, when that kind of paycheck was 1:291 minute, 29 seconds reserved for the biggest male stars. She was America's sweetheart. And then in the early 2000s, it all fell music, 1:371 minute, 37 seconds apart. The collapse did not happen overnight. It began with a marriage, then an affair, then a scandal that the 1:461 minute, 46 seconds tabloids could not stop printing. And at the center of it all was a man named Russell Crowe. Meg Ryan was born 1:541 minute, 54 seconds Margaret on November 19, 1961 in Fairfield, Connecticut. Her mother, 2:012 minutes, 1 second Susan Jordan, was a former actress and teacher. Her father, Harry Hyra, was also a teacher. She took the stage name 2:102 minutes, 10 seconds Meg Ryan, using her maternal grandmother's maiden name, a small change that would eventually become 2:172 minutes, 17 seconds known around the world. She studied first at the University of Connecticut, then transferred to New York University. 2:252 minutes, 25 seconds. She left one semester before graduating to pursue acting, a risk that most aspiring actors never take, and few 2:322 minutes, 32 seconds survive. Her first substantial role came on the soap opera As the World Turns, where she played Betsy Stewart. 2:402 minutes, 40 seconds Montgomery Andropolis. Music from 1982 to 1984. 2:452 minutes, 45 second soap operas were a training ground for young actors, and Ryan learned the craft quickly, but she wanted more than daytime television. She wanted films. 2:552 minutes, 55 seconds. Her big break came in 1986 with Top Gun, the action drama starring Tom Cruise, and 3:023 minutes, 2 seconds Anthony Edwards. Ryan played Carol Bradshaw, the wife of Edwards' character, Goose. It was not a leading 3:113 minutes, 11 seconds role, but the film was a cultural phenomenon. Audiences noticed her, directors noticed her, and 3 years, 3:183 minutes, 18 seconds later, she landed the role that would define her career. 3:233 minutes, 23 seconds. When Harry Met Sally was released in 1989. 3:283 minutes, 28 seconds. Ryan played Sally Albright, a woman who believes that men and women cannot be friends because romantic feelings always 3:363 minutes, 36 seconds get in the music way. The film was smart, funny, and unexpectedly moving. 3:423 minutes, 42 seconds. It also featured one of the most famous scenes in movie history. Meg received her first Golden Globe nomination for the performance. The 1990s belonged to her. 3:553 minutes, 55 seconds. She starred in 4 major romantic comedies that grossed over $670 million worldwide combined. When Harry Met 4:044 minutes, For Second Sally, Sleepless in Seattle, French Kiss, and You've Got Mail. She worked 4:124 minutes, 12 seconds with Tom Hanks twice, and their on-screen chemistry became legendary. 4:174 minutes. 17 seconds. Audiences automatically knew that when they bought a ticket to a Meg Ryan movie, they would leave the theater 4:244 minutes. 24 seconds feeling good. But Ryan was not just a romantic comedy actress. She wanted to 4:304 minutes. 30 seconds show range. In 1994, she starred in When a Man Loves a Woman, playing an alcoholic high school guidance 4:384 minutes, 38 seconds counselor. It was a darker, dramatic role, music, and she earned a Screen Actors Guild Award nomination for it. In 4:464 minutes, 46 seconds 1998. She starred in two box office smashes, City of Angels with Nicolas Cage, music, and You've Got Mail with 4:544 minutes, 54 seconds Tom Hanks. She was everywhere, and she was unstoppable. 5:005 minutes. By 2000, her salary reflected her status. She received a paycheck of $15 million for Proof of Life, a thriller. 5:095 minutes, 9 seconds about a kidnapping negotiator. That kind of money was rare for any actor, male or female. It established her as one of the 5:185 minutes, 18 seconds highest paid actresses in Hollywood at the time. She could have had almost any role she wanted. There were roles she 5:265 minutes, 26 seconds turned down. 2. One of the most famous was Clarice Starling in The Silence of the Lambs. The role went to Jodie Foster, who won an Academy Award for it. 5:375 minutes, 37 seconds. Ryan had different priorities. She was building a career on warmth and relatability, not darkness and violence. 5:455 minutes, 45 seconds. She knew what her audience wanted, and she gave it to them. For a decade, that strategy worked perfectly. But behind 5:545 minutes, 54 seconds a smile, behind the box office numbers, and behind the $15 million paychecks, her personal life was not as 6:026 minutes, 2 second picture perfect as her films. She was married to a man she had met on the set of a movie years earlier. That marriage 6:106 minutes, 10 seconds was crumbling, and the man who would become entangled in her life was already famous for his intensity, his temper, 6:186 minutes, 18 seconds, and his willingness to say exactly what he music thought. His name was Russell Crowe. And when he arrived on the set of 6:276 minutes, 27 seconds. Proof of music, life, everything changed. 6:316 minutes, 31 seconds. The man before Russell Crowe. Music, before Russell Crowe, there was Dennis Quaid. He was not just Meg Ryan's 6:396 minutes, 39 seconds husband. He was a movie star in his own right. A leading man who had appeared in films like The Right Stuff and Jaws 3D before Ryan became a household name. 6:516 minutes, 51 seconds. When they started dating in the late 1980s, music, Quaid was arguably the more recognizable of the two. But fame 6:596 minutes, 59 seconds is a strange thing. Sometimes it shifts and grows in one direction while shrinking in another. And by the time 7:077 minutes, 7 seconds their marriage ended in 2000, the balance had tipped so far that Quaid would later admit he felt like he had 7:147 minutes, 14 seconds disappeared every time they walked down the street together. They first met on the set of the 1987 sci-fi comedy Inner 7:237 minutes, 23 seconds space. It was a professional encounter, nothing more. But when they reunited for the 1988 movie DOA, something clicked. 7:337 minutes, 33 seconds. They began dating, and the relationship moved quickly. Plans to wed in 1990 were put on hold after Quaid, music, admitted 7:417 minutes, 41 seconds to Ryan that he had been taking illicit substances regularly. It was a confession that could have ended everything. Instead, it led to rehab. 7:527 minutes, 52 seconds. Quaid later told the Sunday Mercury that he had been addicted to, and Meg did not know it. He went to treatment in 1990, got clean, and the wedding was back on. 8:048 minutes. For seconds, they married on Valentine's Day in 1991. It was romantic, but it did not last. 8:128 minutes, 12 seconds. Their son, Jack Quaid, was born on April 24, 1992. 8:188 minutes, 18 seconds. Jack would grow up to become an actor himself, appearing in The Hunger Games and the television series The Boys. But 8:268 minutes, 26 seconds in those early years, he was just a baby music born to two movie stars trying to balance careers, parenting, and the 8:348 minutes, 34 seconds pressures of Hollywood. The marriage was not stable. Behind the scenes, Quaid was still struggling with the demons that 8:428 minutes, 42 seconds had sent him to rehab before the wedding. He later described his addiction in the 1980s to the Sunday 8:498 minutes, 49 seconds times. He said at the height of his addiction he was using a very huge amount of these substances per day. He 8:588 minutes, 58 seconds described having what he called a white light experience, a moment where he saw himself dead and losing everything. That 9:069 minutes, 6 seconds vision, he said, was what convinced him to attend rehab. He got clean. He stayed clean. But the damage to his marriage 9:159 minutes, 15 seconds had already been done. There was another strain on the relationship that had nothing to do with illicit substances. 9:229 minutes, 22 seconds. It had to do with fame. As Ryan's career skyrocketed in the 1980s, Quaid's did 9:299 minutes, 29 seconds not. She was starring in blockbuster after blockbuster. He was working, but not at the same level. In a 2:0189:389 minutes, 38 seconds interview with Megyn Kelly on NBC, Quaid admitted that Ryan's growing fame affected him. He said that when they 9:469 minutes, 46 seconds went out on the streets of New York, people would shout her name. He said music. He had to admit that he actually 9:539 minutes, 53 seconds did feel like he disappeared. He reflected on that feeling years later, calling himself small for feeling that 10:0210 minutes, 2 seconds way. He said it was a growth opportunity, but at the time it was painful. The couple announced their 10 to 10 minutes, 10-second separation in June 2000. The divorce was finalized in 2001, but the timeline of the split, music, 10:18 minutes, 18 seconds became a subject of controversy because of what happened next. 10:23 minutes, 23 seconds. Ryan was already being linked to Russell Crowe, her co-star in Proof of Life. The tabloids suggested that the affair had 10:32 minutes, 32 seconds caused the marriage to end. Ryan pushed back. In October 2000, she told W 10:39 minutes, 39 seconds magazine that her marriage and the dissolution of her marriage happened before it became music, a sport for the press. She said the public and the press 10:48 minutes, 48 seconds tuned in way after. She initially claimed that no one cheated. She said neither she nor Dennis was cavalier 10:56 minutes, 56 seconds about a breakup. She said he never cheated on her. Those statements would later seem to contradict what she told Oprah Winfrey in 2006. 11:0611 minutes, 6 seconds. By then, the divorce was years behind her, and she was more willing to be honest about what had happened. She told 11:1411 minutes, 14 seconds Oprah that it was a very unhealthy marriage. She said it was pretty much not a happening marriage for a very long 11:2111 minutes, 21 seconds time. She said she probably should have left much earlier. The picture she painted was of a relationship that had 11:2911 minutes, 29 seconds been over in every meaningful sense, long before the papers were signed. 11:3411 minutes, 34 seconds. Quaid, for his part, was honest about the emotional toll. He told W Magazine in July 2001 that he got through shock, 11:4411 minutes, 44 seconds depression and anger. He said that when you break up, your whole identity is 11:5011 minutes, 50 seconds shattered. He said that was why it was like death. The man who had once been the bigger star had watched his wife 11:5911 minutes, 59 seconds become a phenomenon, and then he had watched her leave. By the time the divorce was finalized, Ryan was already 12:0712 minutes, 7 seconds being linked to someone else. That someone was not just any actor. He was an Academy Award winner known for his 12:1512 minutes, 15 seconds intensity, his volatility, and his willingness to say exactly what he thought. His name was Russell Crowe, and 12:2412 minutes, 24 seconds. A relationship that followed would become one of the most scrutinized scandals of the early 2000s. 12:3112 minutes, 31 seconds. The relationship with Russell Crowe. 12:3512 minutes, 35 seconds. By the time Meg Ryan met Russell Crowe, her marriage to Dennis Quaid was already over. At least that was what she would 12:4212 minutes, 42 seconds later, insist. The public saw it differently. The tabloids saw it differently. And when photographs 12:50 minutes, 50 seconds emerged of Ryan and Crowe holding hands, the story wrote itself. America's sweetheart had left her husband for a 12:58 minutes, 58 seconds. Volatile Australian actor known for his temper and his intensity. 13:0313 minutes, 3 seconds. The scandal was immediate. The coverage was relentless, and the relationship, which lasted less than a year, with 13:1113 minutes, 11 seconds, changed the trajectory of Ryan's career forever. They met in 2000 on the set of Proof of Life, Music, an action thriller about a hostage negotiator. 13:2213 minutes, 22 seconds. Crowe played Terry, a man who rescues kidnapped pies. Ryan played Alice, a woman whose husband has been kidnapped. The 13:30 minutes, 30 seconds film's plot involved their characters developing romantic sparks. Behind the scenes, those sparks were real. The 13:13 minutes, 39 seconds chemistry that was supposed to be acting became something else. In July 2000, before the divorce from Quaid was even 13:47 minutes, 47 seconds finalized, Ryan and Crowe were photographed holding hands while leaving Tom Cruise's party for the premiere of 13:54 minutes, 54 seconds. Mission Impossible 2. It was the kind of image that tabloids dream about. Two of the biggest stars in Hollywood emerging. 14:0314 minutes, 3 seconds from a party, looking like they had something to hide. Prior to that, they had been seen nuzzling in restaurants. 14:1114 minutes, 11 seconds. In clubs all over London during filming. They were seen gallivanting all over California and Australia together. 14:1814 minutes, 18 seconds. Friends who watched the relationship unfold described two people who were completely consumed by each other. 14:2614 minutes, 26 seconds. Friend told Music, People magazine, that they seemed crazy about each other. They had great talks. They emailed each other a lot. He called her all the time. 14:3714 minutes, 37 seconds. Another friend described Ryan as extremely infatuated with Crowe. The couple pretended to Music, B-House. 14:4414 minutes, 44 seconds. Hunting together in Australia, a charade that fooled no one. A friend described the act as sweet. Crowe would point at 14:5214 minutes, 52 seconds properties and ask Ryan, how about that Music one? They were playing house in public while Ryan's divorce played out. 15:0015 minutes in the courts and in the tabloids. But for all their public appearances, they were also extremely secretive. Even with friends, they did not share details. 15:1215 minutes, 12 seconds. Both Ryan and Crowe opted out of doing most press interviews for Proof of Life to avoid discussing the affair. It was a 15:2015 minutes, 20 seconds decision that angered the film's director, Taylor Hackford. He told the Calgary Sun that he was deeply hurt by 15:2815 minutes, 28 seconds. Their choice. He had made a movie and he wanted to promote it. But the two stars of that movie would not talk to the 15:3615 minutes, 36 seconds press because they did not want to answer questions about their personal lives. The film, Hackford believed, 15:4315 minutes, 43 seconds suffered as a result. The relationship lasted less than 1 year. Ryan and Crowe reportedly started dating in early 200015:5215 minutes, 52 seconds, and ended by Christmas of that year. By December, they were separated, Music, each spending the holidays on different 15:5915 minutes, 59 seconds continents. The breakup was quiet. There were no dramatic public Music statements, no interviews. Explaining 16:0716 minutes, 7 seconds what had gone wrong. They simply moved on. But the fallout from the relationship did not end when the 16:1516 minutes, 15 seconds romance did. Ryan was painted as a scarlet woman. Her own words to W Magazine. The woman who had played Sally. 16:2416 minutes, 24 seconds. Albright, the woman who had made America believe in love, was now being described as a home wrecker. Her squeaky 16:3216 minutes, 32 seconds clean image, the one that had made her $15 million a movie, took a major hit. 16:3816 minutes, 38 seconds. She went from America's sweetheart to something else. The public did not forgive her easily, and the industry, 16:4616 minutes, 46 seconds, which had once lined up to work with her, began to pull away. The relationship with Russell Crowe was brief, but its impact on Me Ryan's 16:55:16 minutes, 55 seconds career was lasting. She had gone from being the most valuable woman in Hollywood to being the subject of tabloid gossip. But the affair was not 17:04:17 minutes, for seconds the only controversy that would define her in the years that followed. There were others that had nothing to do with 17:12:17 minutes, 12 seconds romance, and everything to do with how Hollywood treats women who refuse to play by its rules. Snorts, the scandals that followed Meg Ryan. 17:24:17 minutes, 24 seconds. The affair with Russell Crowe was supposed to be the worst of it. But the scandals did not stop there. In 2003, 17:32:17 minutes, 32 seconds, she walked into a television studio in London for an interview with Michael Parkinson, one of the most respected 17:39:17 minutes, 39 seconds talk show hosts in British history. What happened over the next 17 minutes would follow her for the rest of her career. 17:48:17 minutes, 48 seconds. She was labeled difficult, arrogant, and cold. The interview became legendary for all the wrong reasons. And years later, 17:57:17 minutes, 57 seconds. Parkinson admitted he had been wrong. The interview took place in October 2003. 18:04:18 minutes. For seconds, Ryan was in the United Kingdom to promote In the Cut, an erotic thriller directed by Jane Campion. It was a 18:12:18 minutes, 12 seconds dramatic departure from the romantic comedies that had made her famous. The film required music, some explicit 18:19:18 minutes, 19 second scenes, and Ryan knew it would be controversial. 18:23:18 minutes, 23 seconds. What she did not expect was to be interrogated about it. On live television. 18:29:18 minutes, 29 seconds. Parkinson asked aggressive questions from the start. He questioned why Ryan would appear in such a film. He 18:36:18 minutes, 36 seconds suggested that the film was cynical and bleak. He implied that her personal life, her divorce, and her relationship 18:43:18 minutes, 43 seconds with Crowe had driven her to make darker choices. Ryan became visibly uncomfortable. She gave short one-word 18:52:18 minutes, 52 seconds answers. She looked like she wanted to be anywhere else. Eventually, she told Parkinson to just wrap it up. The 19:00:19 minutes fallout was immediate. Parkinson later called Ryan's behavior unforgivable. 19:07:19 minutes, 7 seconds. Music said she had been rude to the other guests on the show and had treated the audience with disrespect. 19:14:19 minutes, 14 seconds. The British press piled on, describing Ryan as sullen, snooty, and arrogant. In 19:21:19 minutes, 21 seconds. A poll conducted music. In 2006, British viewers ranked the Meg Ryan interview as the third most shocking 19:28:19 minutes, 28 second chat show moment in history, behind only Grace Jones slapping a host and David Icke declaring that the world was about 19:36:19 minutes, 36 seconds to end. For years, that was the narrative. Ryan was the villain. 19:42:19 minutes, 42 seconds. Parkinson was the victim. But in 2021, Parkinson gave an interview to Radio Times that changed the story. He said he 19:52:19 minutes, 52 seconds wished he had dealt with Ryan in more courteous manner. He admitted that he was quite obviously angry with her, and 20:00:20 minutes that it was not his business to be angry towards his guests. He said he came across as kind of pompous, and that he 20:07:20 minutes, 7 seconds could have done better. When asked music, what he would say to Ryan today, he said 2 words. I'm sorry. He added, 20:15:20 minutes, 15 seconds, however, that she played a part in it, too. It was not a full apology, but it was an acknowledgement that the interview had not been his finest 20:24:20 minutes, 24 seconds moment. Ryan, for her part, has spoken about the encounter only a few times. In a 2006 interview music with Marie CLA, 20:33:20 minutes, 33 seconds, she called Parkinson a disapproving father. She said she felt like he was berating music, her for her role in the movie. 20:42:20 minutes, 42 seconds. In a 2024 interview with the Times of London, she said she did not try to speak to Parkinson after the show. She 20:51:20 minutes, 51 seconds just left. She added that she did not know who that guy was to begin with, and she did not have to think about him. 20:59:20 minutes, 59 seconds again. The interview damaged her career, but it was not the only factor. In the cut, music, and her next film, against 21:0821 minutes, 8 seconds of ropes, were both critical and commercial failures. In the Cut was released in 2003 and grossed, music, only $23 million worldwide. 21:1921 minutes, 19 seconds against the ropes, a boxing drama, released in 2004, opened to just $3 million on its first weekend. The Woman, 21:2821 minutes, 28 seconds, who had once been the most valuable actress in Hollywood, was now struggling to get audiences to show up. Following 21:3621 minutes, 36 seconds these films, Ryan took a 3-year hiatus from Hollywood. She told the New York Times Magazine that she was burned 21:4421 minutes, 44 seconds out. She said she felt like she was behind a window looking at her life. She also said she felt done when they felt 21:5221 minutes, 52 seconds done. The they she was referring to was Hollywood. The industry that had built 21:5921 minutes, 59 seconds her up, and then torn her down. During her time away from the spotlight, another controversy emerged. Ryan's 22:0822 minutes, 8 seconds facial appearance changed noticeably over the years. Her large, bright eyes appeared uneven, one larger than the 22:1622 minutes, 16 seconds other. Her cheekbones and chin appeared more full and somewhat swollen. The speculation about cosmetic surgery began and never really stopped. 22:2722 minutes, 27 seconds. Ryan has never confirmed or denied undergoing any procedures. 22:3222 minutes, 32 seconds. In May 2023, Ryan made a rare public appearance at a New York screening of her friend Michael J. Fox's documentary 22:4022 minutes, 40 seconds, still about his support for Parkinson's disease research. Photos from events sparked intense online reaction, with 22:4922 minutes, 49 seconds, some fans asking what she did to her face. In fact, some social media users claimed she was starting to resemble 22:5622 minutes, 56 seconds Madonna, who has also faced relentless speculation about her appearance. Some media outlets speculated that Ryan's 23:0523 minutes, 5 seconds changed appearance explained why her character in Top Gun Maverick, the 2022 sequel to the film that helped launch 23:1323 minutes, 13 seconds her career, was simply written as having died before the film's events rather than appearing on screen. The 23:2023 minutes, 20 seconds explanation was never confirmed, but it added to the narrative that Hollywood had moved on from her. Ryan has tried to 23:2823 minutes, 28 seconds brush off the questions about plastic surgery. In a 2024 interview with the Times of London, she was asked about the 23:3623 minutes, 36 seconds speculation, and simply asked the interviewer to move on. In a 2023 interview with Glamour magazine, she 23:4423 minutes, 44 seconds said she could not pay attention to the chatter about her looks. She said meanness and music, hatred were just so unnecessary. 23:5323 minutes, 53 seconds. She also shared her philosophy on aging, noting that with age, you get to a place where you say what you mean without thinking about how it is going to land. 24:0424 minutes, for seconds. Her hiatus from acting lasted nearly a decade. She told People magazine in October 2023 that she took a giant break. 24:1324 minutes, 13 seconds, because she felt like there were so many other parts of her experience as a human being she wanted to develop. She said 24:2124 minutes, 21 seconds. She wanted to have her own thoughts. In 2023, Ryan returned to the screen in the 24:2724 minutes, 27 seconds romantic comedy What Happens Later, which she also co-wrote and directed. 24:3324 minutes, 33 seconds. The film was not a blockbuster, but it represented something, music, important. 24:3824 minutes, 38 seconds. She was working on her own terms, telling a story that mattered to her and refusing to let the scandals of the past. 24:4524 minutes, 45 seconds define her future. But the question that has lingered for more than 2 decades is what really happened between her and 24:5324 minutes, 53 seconds. Russell Crowe. The tabloids told one story. Ryan has told another. And the 25:0, minutes, 1 second truth, as she has slowly revealed over the years, is more complicated than the headlines ever suggested. 25:0, 825 minutes, 8 seconds the truth about Meg and Crowe's relationship. 25:1325 minutes, 13 seconds for more than 2 decades. The story was simple. Meg Ryan left Dennis Quaid for Russell Crowe. The affair destroyed her 25:2125 minutes, 21 seconds marriage. The scandal destroyed her reputation. 25:2525 minutes, 25 seconds. That was the narrative. That was what the tabloids printed, what the talk shows discussed, what the public 25:3325 minutes, 33 seconds believed. But the truth, as Meg Ryan has slowly revealed over the years, is more complicated. The affair did not end her 25:4225 minutes, 42 seconds marriage, because her marriage was already over. Russell Crowe did not break up a happy family because their 25:5025 minutes, 50 seconds was no happy family to break up. And the woman who was painted as a Scarlet Woman says she found the experience 25:5725 minutes, 57 seconds liberating, not crushing. In an interview, Ryan said that her time being labeled as a Scarlet Woman was really 26:0526 minutes, 5 seconds interesting. She said that as painful as it was also music, incredibly liberating. She said she did not have to care about what people thought anymore. 26:1726 minutes, 17 seconds. There was a moment, she recalled to The Guardian, that captured this shift. She was walking through the lobby of the 126:2426 minutes, 24 seconds sold, which hotel in London, and the place stopped. People stopped talking and stared at her. Instead of falling apart, 26:3326 minutes, 33 seconds, she started laughing. She realized that public censure and disapproval had no power if you knew yourself. That moment, she said, was liberating. 26:4526 minutes, 45 seconds. The relationship with Crowe was brief, lasting less than a year. A crew member from Proof of Life told People magazine 26:5426 minutes, 54 seconds that it was a typical co-star fling, but a friend of Ryan's revealed that Crowe wanted more. According to the friend, 27:0327 minutes, 3 seconds, Russell wanted to marry Meg and have kids with her. His attention was excessive. Music, he gave her gifts, 27:1027 minutes, 10 seconds, including a 1963 Buick antique car and a puppy. It was described as too much. 27:1827 minutes, 18 seconds soon. It was overwhelming. Ryan, who had just emerged from a difficult divorce, was not ready for that level of commitment. Distance was also a factor. 27:3027 minutes, 30 seconds. Crowe lived in Australia. Ryan lived in Los Angeles. Crowe hinted to the Herald 27:3627 minutes, 36 seconds Sun in February 2001 that the geographic separation was the reason they did not last. He said he could not sustain 27:4527 minutes, 45 seconds himself through the course of the year without filling up on home. And Meg needed the same. They wanted different things. They lived on different 27:5427 minutes, 54 seconds continents, and the intensity that had brought them together eventually pushed them apart. Despite the breakup, Crowe 28:0128 minutes, 1 second has spoken warmly of Ryan. In that same Herald Sun interview, he said she was a beautiful and courageous woman. He said 28:1028 minutes, 10 seconds she grieved the loss of her companionship, but he had not lost her friendship. Ryan has moved on in her 28:1828 minutes, 18 seconds personal life as well. She began dating country music star John Mellenchamp on and off since 2010. They became 28:2728 minutes, 27 seconds, reportedly engaged in November 2018 when Ryan was seen sporting a diamond ring. 28:3428 minutes, 34 seconds. She told InStyle at the time that she was going to get married at some point, but for now, the engagement thing was a state of grace. She told the New York 28:4228 minutes, 42 seconds Times magazine that what was great about that period was that she and John were so free to have fun. She added almost as 28:5128 minutes, 51 seconds San aside that she sometimes thought relationships were for aliens. 28:5628 minutes, 56 seconds. By late 2019, Ryan was seen without her engagement ring at the Governor's Awards. The engagement was off. 29:0529 minutes, 5 seconds. Mellenchamp told Esquire that he loved Meg Ryan. He said he went with her for 10 years, but he added that she did not 29:14:29 minutes, 14 seconds love him so much. He called her a great girl and called himself a lousy boyfriend. It was a self-deprecating end, 29:22:29 minutes, 22 seconds though, a relationship that had spanned a decade. As of 2024, music, Ryan has no 29:29:29 minutes, 29 seconds confirmed current partner. She has been focused on her work, her philanthropy, and her family. She adopted a daughter 29:37:29 minutes, 37 seconds from China, initially named Charlotte, and later changed to Daisy to better fit her personality. She has been working 29:45:29 minutes, 45 seconds with CARE, a charitable organization dedicated to ending music poverty by helping women work together. Russell 29:53:29 minutes, 53 seconds. Crowe, meanwhile, is in a long-term relationship with Brittany Feet, a former actress, music, turned real estate agent turned personal assistant. 30:0330 minutes, 3 seconds. They reportedly first met on the set of the film Broken City in 2013 when Feet 30:10:30 minutes, 10 seconds was 21. They reconnected in 2020 and were first spotted on a tennis court in Sydney's Rushcutters Bay in November of that year. 30:20:30 minutes, 20 seconds. Feet has been credited as an assistant to Crowe on his 2022 film The Greatest Beer Run Ever and his 2024 movies 30:30:30 minutes, 30 seconds. Sleeping Dogs and Land of Bad. She made her red carpet debut with Crowe in 30:36:30 minutes, 36 seconds. October 2022 at the Rome premiere of Poker Face. In 2025, Crowe told Carl 30:44:30 minutes, 44 seconds. Stefanovic of 9:60 minutes that he was not going to get married again. 30:50:30 minutes, 50 seconds. He said doing it once was cool and great, but he did not want to do it again. He described his life as so 30:57:30 minutes, 57 seconds. Joyous and happy at the moment, and asked why he would ruin that with a wedding. 31:02:31 minutes, 2 seconds. He has 2 sons with his former wife Danielle Spencer, an Australian singer and actress. They separated in 2012 and 31:11:31 minutes, 11 seconds. Finalized their divorce in 2018. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click on the next video on your screen, 31:20:31 minutes, 20 seconds like this video, and subscribe to our channel for more updates.